You can call JavaScript and vice versa, and your JavaScript or HTML elements can access your Silverlight application. You can also, regarding the local machine, as we said, you can access you have limited access to local files. You can read and write files in what we call the I don't remember, yeah, it's no problem. You can detect network changes. You can, starting from Silverlight, or you can have you can show notification on the taskbar. You can print. You can integrate audio and video devices like webcams and mics on the machine. Regarding networking, you can use HTTP, TCP protocols to perform whatever calls you want. You can work with XML and JSON formats. You can work with SOAP and REST protocols. You can call, of course, WCF web services. You can work with the Atom or RSS feeds. And you can work with a low-level sockets programming. So enough with the slides. Let's see some demos. So I will start the demos from ASP.NET developer point of view. Normally, the first thing I would like to know about Silverlight is what is the controls built in, inside Silverlight. So let's see what kind of controls we have here. Sorry for slow machine. This is 2010 beta, of course. So we have the standard controls, like most of the controls you find in the ASP.NET. Of course, the important one is the tag grid and other standard control buttons, the combo boxes. And of course, if you are an ASP.NET developer, you know that there is some other controls that are not built inside ASP.NET but are available in the Ajax toolkit. We have the same concept here. We have the Silverlight toolkit. It comes with very handy controls that you can use, like tree view, like charting, autocomplete text box. All of these controls come with the Silverlight toolkit, and you can use it inside your application. Calendar, and there's Quora calendar. Okay. So basically, we have most or almost all the controls that you will need in your development. That's for the control part. After that, the next question I would like to know about Silverlight is working with data. Because most of our applications, web applications, normally it's data-based applications. We interact with data. So I'd like to know do you still want to use the mic? Okay. Of course, as we said, we can call web services WCF services. So remember, the Silverlight run. Sorry, I will not be here. Okay, I will try to raise my voice. So because Silverlight runs on the browser, it will be hard to use it. Because Silverlight runs on the client, and as we said, with limited permissions, you cannot directly call database or perform query operation using, for example, ADO.NET directory on the database. You have to call a middle tier, like a web service or WCF service. So in Silverlight, you can do this. You can have your database and build a web service that contains your business logic and interact with the database, and then call this web service from your Silverlight applications. Okay. But what Microsoft did for enabling you to build more dynamic applications or be more productive in building serverless applications, created what we call WCF RIA services. It's a special kind of WCF service that is built to enable you to rapidly build in-tier applications. So let's start to see what is this WCF service. First of all, we have, I'm working on the AdventureWorks database. Okay, this is my Silverlight solution. It contains two projects. One is a web application, normal ASP.NET web application, and the other one is the Silverlight. So you build Silverlight application, it gives you a ZAP file, and you host the ZAP file inside the web application. Okay, so let's say we have a database in Northwind, and I have ADO.NET Entity Framework that is based on this database, contains products and categories. Okay, I will start with adding what we call a domain data service. This domain data service is a WCF RIA service. And as you can see, Visual Studio will see the available data context inside my solution. It will read the Northwind entities and read the entities inside the Northwind database. And I will select both categories and products and enable editing. Okay. So basically, Visual Studio created a basic service that will retrieve categories and insert, update categories, and also insert and update products. So let's see how we can work with this in Silverlight. Of course, the famous control for working with data is the data grid. So I will drag a data grid here. Okay. And I will write some code to fill this data grid. I will handle the loaded events like the page load in ASP.NET. Let me just add that. Okay, so I'm defining a new variable of type domain data context. This is our array service. And I will say that the items source, data grid items will be filled from this property. And as you can, if you worked with Silverlight before, you will know that all operations that interact with services, call web service, or do an work have to be asynchronous. So as you can see here, I'm using any asynchronous call because RIA does this for you. So all I have to do is that I say to the context load and give it what query I'm loading. Okay, so get products query maps to this operation. Get products. Okay. Let's see what is the error here. Oh, sorry for this. As you can see that the data grid is empty. Let's make sure that this data grid will contain our data. As you can see, the auto-generate column is false. Let's set it to true. The same like in ASP.NET. Sorry for this. Maybe my SQL Server is not running.